Oh, post, brilliant. Dear Mr. Baker, you have been cordially invited back onto Round the Archives. Oh, that's nice of them. I wonder what they want me to talk about. I know, I could talk about an obscure 1960s science fiction serial, Quatermass and the Bum.
Oh, Doctor, why have the ill-defined alien species created a giant bum?
I don't know, and I don't care for their cheek. It really is below the belt. How didn't we catch wind of this sooner?
Oh, sorry. Wait, no, sorry, they already did that one in episode 8. Well, alright, how about boring educational 1970s kids programme, Why Are You?
Hello, I am Boy 7, and welcome to the gang from Sunderland. Today, we're going to show you how to make a key from some toilet rolls and a drawing of missing dad. But first, here's Boy 9 with a helpful tip from us. We hope brings please your no match is back.
Oh, well, that'll do. What? Oh, bugger, they did that in episode 26. Right, I've got it. We can't possibly have done the episode where Batman was one of the panellists on Just a Minute.
Mr. Batman, you have 1 minute to talk without hesitation or deviation on the topic of parents. No!
Ah, perfect. Oh, scare that. Hello? What? Do you mean that was a centrepiece of the Batman vs. Round the Archives team-up in episode 38? And anyway, the episode theme this month is Christmas, so I should be talking about that. I give up. I don't know what archive thing to talk about. There's loads of great and terrible Christmas things from the archives. And besides which, everyone knows Christmas was better in the 80s. Oh, wait a minute. That's the title of a book I've just written.
A variety of entertainment for Christmas with BBC One. Comedy with Little Dick Val-Doonican.
Have yourself a merry little...
Paul Daniels.
Mind you, my landlady gets very confused.
2 firemen fought the blaze for over a minute.
Entertainment for Christmas with BBC One.
Whether you agree with the blatantly commercial statement of my book's title or not, it's hard to deny the 80s provided the last really big decade for all-out nostalgia. From the last firework exploding on November 5th, every shop, cafe, remand centre and butchers is bouncing with the Yule-based standards from Wham, Shaky, Jonah, Bowie, Bing, The Waitresses, Chris Rea, Cliffy, The Pugsies, and in some unfortunate cases where they haven't updated their copy of Now the Christmas album, Gary Glitter. Elsewhere, the debates raged over the best toy of the decade, and it was a decade that gave us the Rubik's Snake, Cabbage Patch Kids, the Viewmaster, Boglins, and whatever the buggery hell Rock Lords are meant to be. And that's before we even get onto whether Die Hard is a Christmas film.
It is.
Or whether your mate definitely saw the bit where the gremlin cut the woman's head off and threw it down the stairs and a pirate tape their uncle got off the market.
They didn't.
But more importantly for me and my book, Christmas in the 80s in the UK truly meant telly. Lots of telly, proper telly, with actual budgets, when the big film was really the big film. And there were celebrity versions of every format you could cram a Tim Brooke Taylor into. Unique Christmas versions of the usual channel logos that wouldn't show up until the 23rd of December. And stupidly high ratings for everything from the Midnight Weather Report to Basil Brush's Boxing Day Punch-Up. In my book, you'll find a mix of the big names next left forgotten or never was. Obscure oddities that made up the 1980s TV schedules that give a proper flavour of how telly actually used to be, and hopefully free of the cliches and obvious choices that someone on Channel 5's Top 100 here, do you remember this, mams? Would go for. I think the best thing for me, whilst doing this book from 80 to 89, is tracking how telly progressed in the 80s, as it begins with telly rarely getting out of bed before lunchtime and then going for a quick nap after Postman Pat. But by the end of the decade, you've got 4th channel, breakfast TV, daytime TV, and then all-night TV. And even if you're out, you could video it on one of them video recordery type things. More TV than ever before. And soon they might come and stick with them bloody dish things on your home. Thousands of channels. But that's a tale for another decade. So, was Christmas really better in the 80s? Visit benbakerbooks.org, grab my new book, and decide for yourself.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Fly. This is wonderful. Great honour for me and for Australians.
Jerry, before you saw Neighbours, did you realise there was such talent in Australia?
Clive, before I saw Neighbours, I didn't realise there was an Australia.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Carly. Thank you, studio audience, and everyone at home. Thank you for staying with us for 10 years.
Back to you, Lisa and Andrew.